Hey, what is good guys, Chris here, welcome back to the channel. And today, though I've been in a pretty ugly creative rut these days, I decided to make a video for you and tell you my opinion about the GFX50R. Yes, I bought a medium format mirrorless camera, and here it is. This is the GFX50R that I recently bought. I had to do some changes to my setup, and I had to say goodbye to one of my favorite X-mount camera, the Fujifilm X-Pro3, as well as the X-Pro 2 and a couple of lenses to be able to afford this camera. This is a $4,500 camera that I believe will provide everything I need for my commercial photography, my portrait business and weddings and everything else. And today I'm going to tell you a few things about it, just a preview before we're doing a full review. I need to shoot more to make sure that this is for me and I didn't make a mistake. And if I did, you know that I will always tell you. So if you are not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Hit that notification bell to always be notified when I'm putting videos up. And if you like these videos, please give them a thumbs up. It's super important. They are going up in searches, and it's very important for the channel to grow and create this community. Also, if you don't like them, please go ahead and find another one on the channel, because we have many and we're gonna have many this year. But let's get to the preview, not necessarily a review, because like I said, I have the camera for probably 48 hours. I would love to tell you what I feel about it, and if you're thinking about buying it, maybe this will help you a little bit. First of all, this GFX50R, it's pretty much the grandfather or the giant Fujifilm X-E3, pretty much X-Pro 2, X-Pro 3 as well. They look exactly the same. As you can tell right here, there is no difference, and I love that. Fujifilm kept this beautiful design from their X-mount and they moved it to GFX. All the knobs and dials and many more are still here. You have all the common things that you know from your X-mount. You have the buttons, the play button, the quick menu, and also the switch for focus modes, though it's moved up here. You have everything that you have on the X-mount, and like I said, many more. I counted like 5 customizable buttons that are not marked on this camera. You can customize them to whatever you want. I think there are 2 up here on the top, as well as 1 in the front, and another 2 in the back. I'm sorry. So like I said, this is just a preview. I'm not very acquainted with the camera. I shoot a few photos that I'm going to show you a little bit later, but I don't know much about it other than just what I searched and discovered over the internet and on YouTube. But other than that, I can't tell you much about it because I didn't shoot as much as I would love to in the last 48 hours because of the conditions that we're in right now. Though this camera might be the one that I was looking for many years. It might be a little bit overwhelming and will be a little bit overdue for me, because the 50 megapixel require to do some changes in your editing setup as well. Luckily, I have the Mac Mini that can apparently hold very well these files, and it's very nice. So the design camera, it's big. It's very chunky. It feels like a brick. And comparing to the X-E3, you can tell the difference. It's a big camera, but the sensor inside can tell the story, and you can do the comparison, this one versus this one. It's a huge sensor that will create amazing depth of field and bokeh. It will also create that beautiful rendition of colors. And being a 50 megapixel sensor, there is a lot of resolution. You can crop in, you can do all kinds of stuff. Now you're probably wondering why I bought the 50R and not the, let's say, Sony a7R IV or the Canon R5 and so on and so forth, the Z7. Well, because first I'm shooting with Fujifilm, and because I love the colors that Fujifilm provides, And second, because I wanted to shoot medium format. I used to shoot for a while with a Hasselblad 500C, which is a huge medium format camera, and I do love and enjoyed the quality of the images that are coming out of the camera. So when I heard that Fujifilm released a camera, a mirrorless camera that has a medium format sensor, I was all in, but apparently I couldn't afford it. I can't say that I was affording it these days, but I thought it's the time to move on and try something new and improve the quality of my commercial work and maybe improve my business through out of it. We'll see, because like I said, I'm still in a testing process, and I do love, let's say, the first impressions. It's big, it's chunky, but it's not heavy at all. I would say probably the same weight as a Fuji X-T3 with a grip attached and battery inside. It feels very nice in hand. Like I said, not super heavy. The problem is when you start attaching lenses, and the deal that I got included 2 lenses, which I'm pretty happy about it. I actually paid a very good price on it. But the lenses that I got, first one is the 50mm 3.5, which it's pretty much a pancake lens. Not necessarily a pancake. I think the 45 2.8 is more like a pancake. But this one is a very small lens. And with it attached, like I said, it feels like an X-T3 with the grip and maybe the 16 to 55 2.8. So not very heavy. It's a great lens. It's a 3.5 lens, which makes it, I think it's a 2.8 in full frame, and a 50mm, which makes it a 40 in full frame. I'm still trying to get used to these conversions because I want to know what I'm shooting. The other lens that I got with it, it's the 65mm f1.4 from Mitacon, and this is a very huge lens. Not in terms of dimensions, but in terms of chunkiness, and it's a very bulky and heavy lens built out of metal. It's a manual lens, which can be a little bit hard to use, especially on a medium format, a 50 megapixel medium format sensor, where the depth of field it's pretty narrow, and I believe that I need to get used to it because the image quality out of this lens, it's amazing, and I do love that shallow, that buttery smooth bokeh and the shallow depth of field that you're getting out of it. But it's big, and I don't think I'll be able to hold this lens like this all the time. That's why when I bought this one, I was very happy to find out that the person that I bought it from has this small rig grip. It's actually very fancy and it looks very nice, and the grip attaches right here. Actually has a small key that you can screw the grip on the body with, and then it attaches magnetically on the back. So now the camera feels totally different. It's a beefier grip right here, and it feels very nice. It feels like my, let's say, Nikon D810 when I used to shoot with it, maybe paired with a 24 to 70, something like that. I mean, it's definitely doable, and I don't feel the weight that much because the grip, it's perfect now. Everything folds in place. I have all the buttons and everything right here. I do love this small rig grip. So this is pretty much it in terms of a preview. I love the camera. Like I said, my first 48 hours was full of excitement, and I think that it's gonna help me create more and more, and I will definitely tell you more about it when I'm getting used to it, and we'll probably go outside and maybe shoot some studio photos when it's gonna be possible, maybe some product photography, maybe some portraits. Nonetheless, this will be my workhorse for everything that I'm doing commercially and all my work aside from let's say YouTube and family and other, you know, just street photography, things that I'm doing for myself. Maybe I'm gonna use it for some projects because I have a project coming up about the town that I'm living in, and this one will do well for all the landscapes and everything around. But yeah, this is pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope to have more videos about this camera and get used to it and show it to you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell that it's important to always know when I'm putting a video up. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and if you don't, like I said, go ahead and find another one. We have many lately, and we're trying to get more and more on this channel, and I will definitely see you in a bit.